Welcome, welcome. We're in Asheville, North Carolina, in the mountains of North Carolina. Pretty nice airport, nice city to visit, and we're going to fly up to Mountaineer, which is in Burnsville, North Carolina. Not a long flight, but we're going to be taking the Vertigo, which is it's a modded aircraft. It's based off the JBM, and they've simulated that there's a 850 horsepower turbine, kind of like the Lancer that Mike Patey built. Look it up on YouTube. But it's this plane's pretty fun, so it'd be interesting to see how it does in this environment. And we're going to do a Neofly mission up there to drop off a passenger. Alright, so we need to get 100 and... says I got 190 on board, so 358 minus 190, so we need to add 168 pounds of passenger.
Transporter from dispatch. Some VIP going to an important meeting this time. Waiting you at the boarding parking.
Alright, so master, avionics. Strobe light. And I believe the parking brake is set.
Transporter, boarding has started.
Okay. Alright. Introduce fuel.
Transporter from dispatch. Everyone is on board. Let's go.
Starters off. Alright, so we're gonna squawk 1200. Altimeter for Asheville is 3017. Okay. Two, November, Charlie, 0, Mountaineer. Good. Okay. So we'll do full. I'll have to move a map over here. And we need to switch this to GPS. Alright. Looks good, looks good, looks good. Alright. Ready to taxi. This plane has an insane amount of power. You literally take off with like less than 30% torque. That makes it so fun. So we got all green lights in Neofly. And we'll be departing runway 35. So Mountain Air is a private airport. If you don't know anything about it, it's a private airport on a country club golf course in the mountains, and it's literally on a mountain. It's at I'll check the exact elevation, but I think it's well above like 4,500 feet, something like that. So it's pretty high for North Carolina standards, and sensitive brakes. And it's a very unique airstrip because it's uphill on the approach, so it's really one way. I would not want to land downhill on it because I think it is around like 2,500, 2,700 feet long. So, and a wide variety of aircraft fly in there. You know, PC-12s, TBMs. There are a few Citations that fly in and out of there. But a lot of, you know, Cirrus, Bonanzas, all the GA aircraft. But my flight instructor actually flew in there quite a bit with a client of his that hired him to fly his airplane in there. And he said it was definitely, you know, the winds were the trickiest because it's like a cliff at the end. And so you had to stay higher than what you would normally see. And then you had to keep the power in because you lose a lot of lift because you get that wind coming down the runway and it just dives off the end of the runway, and so you potentially lose a few knots or a few feet as you're coming in because of it. So very unique. Should be a lot of fun to fly this aircraft in there. Alright, so trim's good. We got takeoff flaps are set. The fuel pump's on. Transponder's squawking. And we are ready to go. Finals clear. Let's go. I think what they have modeled is that it's got the X on it because they're putting in parallel runways here, and so they're modeling the construction is still underway with this runway off my right wing here. That's a pretty strong wind. Alright. Here we go. Alright, so you see I got 30% torque in.
Transporter from dispatch. Fly safe.
Gears coming up, so I don't overspeed it. Flaps coming up. You see this is with 30% torque. Just shows you how overpowered this aircraft is. Picking up the beacon. Beautiful views. It's a really nice aircraft. Trims out nice. Alright, so we got 22 nautical miles, so just for fun, we're going to come screaming in there. It'll take me a bit to slow down, but you can see I'm pushing it up to 60% torque. $265 indicated. Unreal. So I'm used to flying into mountain air from a different direction, typically in the Sims, so used to coming from the Piedmont area, not from Asheville, so not sure exactly which direction I'm coming in from to know kind of what to look for. because it does have a hill on one side. So if I'm coming, and I think I am coming from the hillside, so basically we're not going to see this until we're right on top of it. We'll have to. There's a pretty large valley to the side of it for the downwind and approach, and we'll just bleed off speed and enjoy the sights. Alright, so we're 9 miles out. Definitely got some turbulence up in these hills. Here, I pulled the power back. Got a few clouds around today. We'll see if they're going to be a factor. Because it kind of looks like it's in the cloud right there. I think I see something there. So I want to see how thick the clouds are, because I can see through it pretty well. Luckily, it's not like P3D where this would turn into a white wall. Alright, so I think the airport's right over the hill over there. So I'm just gonna get over these little foothills and then we're gonna make our way over there to kind of make it's a right pattern because of how the hill is. So we'll get on the right downwind and start setting up for the approach. There's the airport right here. So the runway is running this direction. You'll see it right there. So we'll swing around in this valley and then land this direction. Gear coming down. First notch of flaps. Trimming. Alright, runways are 32 and 14. So we're going to swing around to a 140 heading. I'm a little low. Full flaps. Looking for around 90 knots. And drop to 80 as I get closer to the threshold. Alright, there we go. Alright, trim, 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 a little slow. Blew through the center line of the runway, but we'll get over to it. Alright, so I have a little bit of a right crosswind. Not a lot, but a little bit. Alright. Getting lined up on center line because of the hills on both sides of the wings. You definitely want to be disciplined on that. And they modeled trees right at the end of the runway. Whoa. There we go. Definitely had it sink there.
Transporter from dispatch. Take the VIP to the parking.
Don't know how the vertical speed was on that. It definitely did not feel very smooth, but we'll see. Brakes on.
Transporter, you can open the doors and begin the disembarkation.
Vertical speed at 135. That's not bad. A lot better than I thought.
Transporter, all the passengers have disembarked.
Cool. I just got a new rating. And everything looks good. Alright. That was fun. So you see the Mountaineer Country Club. So that they have the country club building there. And then the golf course kind of surrounds the whole area. Got a small area for parking aircraft. Beautiful area, but they don't have fuel, so you got to plan ahead and go down to Asheville or somewhere like that to take on fuel if you come from far away. Because it's kind of that, you get that balance of, okay, you probably can't take off with full tanks with a lot of the larger aircraft, so that means that you're going to have to take off with your passengers, go to Asheville, top the tanks, and then head on. So it's one of those, if you fly a certain type of aircraft, this is not the runway for you, but that is Mountaineer. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, check out my channel. There's a bunch of other videos like this doing Neofly missions, so check it out. See you next time.